Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And it has been a couple weeks since we've done a video, guys, and the main reason behind that has been that, for whatever reason, on the last patch that we were playing on, there was just a lot of bugs, and a lot of you were telling me you had the same issue. We knew they were going to fix it. We had no doubt about that. They were going to get to it. It was just a matter of waiting until they did. And they have done quite a few updates here recently, so I figured, we'll go ahead and come back in, check it out, and see what they've added, that's new. As you can see right here, this is one of the last updates that we didn't get to go through, which is they added quite a few new blocks to the R&D. We don't have access to the R&D, but if you do, you can test out some of these. GSO Megaton cannon. I mean, that's that big cannon you guys were telling me about. The hub wheel for the GSO Venture Azu? I guess. I don't know what that would be. I can't imagine by the name alone what kind of block that is. You guys will have to let me know. There's a grade 2 side mission silo base. So that's kind of cool. There's going to be an actual mission that they've added to the game. They've added a couple new R&D test chamber. There's just a few of them in here, guys. The small grinder, the small metal wheel, plow, machine gun. I mean, it's going to be interesting if you have that. It's also updated the Russian text many things. So, I mean, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Hansharaka. I'm sure I butchered it right there. But up here, they updated some of the important bug fixes, which is really key for us. But they didn't just do it once. Then they updated the game save compatibility bug fixes, and then more game design tweaks and a lot of bug fixes. I like the word right there, lots, because lots to me is perfect for what we were looking for, because we had tons of bugs we were running into on that last one, which has made it unplayable. So let's go ahead and start a new game. Yeah, it's searching for all the ones that I have in there. I should just delete those here in a little while, but we're going to go with story. Let me look at the other options. Yeah, the other options is just the R&D test chambers. They haven't added anything new there. Let's go ahead and hit that. See if the intro is still the same. I mean, we've seen this quite a few times, but you just never know when they're going to go back and add something to it. So it's kind of cool to check and see what they've been up to. GSO base deployment unit B57981. Attention, payload failure on survey mission Alpha. Crash landing imminent. Initiate emergency salvage protocol. Brace, brace, brace. Oh man, that hurts every single time I see it. I don't care how many times it's been. That just looks painful. That cannot be the best way to get down here. Whew, your cab is a bit banged up, but you made it. This is your cab, protected at all cost. Okay. Click and drag the right mouse button. Look around. Drag a standard block to the back of the cab using the left mouse button. Okay, so let's go ahead and do exactly what it's telling us to do, even though we should have an option to skip past this. It's just going to be one of those things that you're going to have people who are very familiar with it and people who are not, people who don't care about the tutorial and just kind of want to learn it themselves. So there should always be the option of skipping past the tutorial, but not all the games do it. So, I mean, we just kind of have to make do with what they got on here for now, but hopefully they'll add that. If you've reassembled your basic tech, now tap the B button to release the build. There we go. Check your system. Okay, so all you got to do is use the WASD keys. I have mine switched over to something else that's easier for me, so you can change that if you really need to. Now, I've changed the weapon button, but every single time you do that, it doesn't seem to recognize. You change the arrow keys to something, or you change the WASD keys to the arrow keys or something along the lines, it works just fine for the update. But if you change the fire, it just never seems to register. So I'm not sure if that's a bug. Maybe they need to fix that. If you guys know where you would put that in on the forums, you're more than welcome to put that in, because it's been a while that's been going on, and I don't think they're aware of it, to be honest, because they've never changed it. So let's go ahead and hit the space button anyways. There you go. There, finally it's updated. Now it's going to give us the enemy that we need to fight over here. Rival Prospector has come to raid your site. This guy, Big Tony, remember his name, because you will be seeing him now and again when he respawns. It's like the revenge of Big Tony. Here we go. Die, punk. Blow up. Oh, nice. I didn't lose anything. Sometimes, despite your best effort, you will lose the stuff on that guy. Like you'll have to bust through more blocks than you wanted to. Things will get destroyed. You won't have the outcome you want. So that's nice. This is a good way to start. I've had it start far worse before in the past. You also see right here, guys, on the back, it's a special wheel we haven't had before. It's a GSO stabilizing wheel. Now this wheel will allow you to have a little bit more control. You can kind of see when I'm moving around, it just gives you that extra little push, but only connects this way on the back, or on the front if you really want it up there as well. But these wheels only connect on the side. They do connect up here, but they don't work that way, and if you put a wheel in the back, it's just going to slow your vehicle down because it's not going to change the direction of the wheel. So those do play a role when your bot is this size. Later on, though, your bot's probably going to want to be a little bit higher up off the ground, so these wheels just they won't even touch. So yeah, you just have to keep that in mind, that some of these parts are for early in the game and some of them are not. There's very few blocks that can't be incorporated into even the larger bots, but there's a few, and we're gonna come over here and get this guy. Yeah, because I mean he does seem like he has nothing on him. I mean I don't need a drill, and that's pretty much all. Oh, he has some wheels. If we can get him, we can get the wheels at least. And I don't know about the drills. I kind of want to get the drill and kind of change my bot up, make it go like 3 wide on the front, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to do that until I get more blocks. Come on, he has to be close to being dead already. Jeez, there we go. Yeah, blow it all up, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick these things up, these wheels right here on the back. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, you don't really need those, and if you don't really need them, why pick them up? Well, the thing about it is, guys, is when you have the wheels on there, it carries more weight, and your bot can only carry so much weight before it just becomes too over encumbered, and the wheels start sparking, and they start digging into the ground a little bit more, and you go slower. So the more wheels you have, the better off your bot is going to be. Just, you know, try to even out the weight as much as possible, or upgrade your wheels. There's different levels of wheels in this game, guys. Some of them are smaller, some of them are faster. Some of them are more durable. Other ones are just really large and allow you to carry just an enormous amount of weight, like the Geocore blocks. Venture ones are usually the incredibly fast, lightweight ones, but not very strong. Before I pick that up, I'm gonna fight this guy. I don't know if I'm gonna have the life. Yeah, see, he's already knocking stuff off my bot. Oh, I'll pull up right next to him. See, he can't shoot me like this, and I can shoot him all day. Yeah. Woo, baby. Die. You're toast, punk. Okay, so let's see, what can we pick up over here? You know what? We lost the drill in the front, so I'm gonna put that in the front. The reason behind that, guys, is pretty simple. If your main cab is destroyed, your entire bot blows up and, you know, just disassembles itself. So you want to make sure that cab is the most protected block on your bot. Like, you can lose everything else and then pick more stuff up and rebuild, but if your cab is destroyed, it spawns you either somewhere nearby or back at your base. If you have a second bot, it will just take over that one, and so you may not be anywhere close to where you were a minute ago, and that really sucks when that happens. So just keep that in mind, that you don't really, unless you don't care, like if your bot is big enough, you just don't happen to have like the force shields to surround a certain side, and you're like, well, if they get destroyed, I'll just pick more up, then that's one thing. But if you're just, you know, not paying attention and not, you know, protecting that as much, it's gonna suck. It really is gonna be one of those things where you're gonna regret it instantly, and it's gonna take you like 20-30 minutes to catch back up. Now I'm just kind of changing my bot around a little bit. I am gonna pick up some of these wheels. Again, if you have something on top or around your cab, then when somebody tries to hit you, they have to go through that first. And granted, it's a wheel, doesn't have a lot of strength, but it's something. Whereas if I left nothing there, so there we go, we can put that on the ground. Whereas if I left nothing there, it just directly attack onto my blocks and destroy me even easier. Now do remember that they do add weight, so you have to balance that. If you're trying to go with a fast, agile bot and you're putting on a whole bunch of wheels, probably not the best idea. But if you're trying to go with something either in the medium range defense or something in the high, defense areas, then just cover it with whatever you got until you find better. Now this thing is a solar generator. It's going to go ahead and only work during the day, as the name would suggest, because this runs off of solar energy, which is the sun. So it charges up or it powers whatever you stick to it. This happens to be a repair bubble, and so it's using the power from the solar generator to activate itself, and it just stays on regardless, as long as it has power to do so. Later on, you get batteries and put them on your bot, and it will use the battery power to charge itself, and then you can get this while you're actually fighting enemies. There's other things you can put on it. Batteries will be charged up through these, and then you can put them on your bot, and they'll be charged up and ready to go. You can put shield generators on here. Again, only works during the daytime. Of course, if you have batteries on there, you can store the power and then use it, at night when you have no sun. And if you have enough battery power, you can last the whole time. So let's go ahead and put this on there, just because I know we're going to need a wheel here pretty soon. And let's see, where are we going to go? There should be smoke off in the distance. I wasn't looking at the text because I was too busy talking to you guys, but let's see, where are we going to go? There should be some sign. Oh, there it is, right over there. Should be some sign of the other crash sites. There's, I believe, 5 or 6 of them. They sometimes change it up and they make more or make less, so you just kind of have to fill it out. Let's see, how big is this guy? Now, see, he's only a cab with a weapon, so all I could possibly get out of that guy would be a weapon, which would be fantastic, except I don't have any blocks right now. Like, blocks, unfortunately, are what I need. Your needs will dramatically change by the random, enemies they give you. I can get an enemy right now that has 2 weapons on it and like 60 blocks. I'm going to destroy him easy and get all those blocks. I won't need blocks for a long time. I'll need weapons. Sometimes you'll get nothing but enemies with bunches of weapons and no blocks, and you're just like, okay, I really could use some more building materials so I could actually, wear these weapons in a way that allows me to use most of them. See, like, again, that guy is a brand new enemy, and he has no blocks on him. It's just a cab with a weapon. Actually, I think he might have 2 weapons on him. He has a solar, or not a solar, a radar. Yeah, we're going after that guy. He has a radar unit on the back of him. Radar units will allow you to see where the, oh crap, he's actually hitting my solar. I don't want that to be destroyed. Okay, there we go. You are gone, buddy. Let's see, we'll put this down. Put that there. Go ahead and connect this so we can start building our repairness back. There we go. Actually, not too much was damaged there. Okay, so what can we put up here? I guess what I'm going to have to do is something I was kind of hoping not to do, which is take more from back here and put it up front. Just because I think it's going to be better if it goes out further in the back. But because we're going to do it this way, I can just go ahead and do this. Actually, put that there. Put this on the back. I don't know which one has more hit points, to be honest, whether it's the bubble or the solar. I'd probably go with the solar having more hit points just because it's attached to the ground, and just items that sound like they're more permanent to the ground sound to me like they're going to do more damage or have more hit points, but I could be completely wrong on that one. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Of course, all these will pop off when you need to plant them on the ground, but until then, it should work. And in fact, let's see if this works up here in the front. I don't really do this too often because, again, it's just you want weapons up here. You don't want wheels. But since we don't have something there, we might as well put it and see if it protects us a little bit. There we go. It's right over here. We're going to come over here and get this. This one seems to be the one in the tree. I've played through sometimes. It used to be a rock. Now it's a tree. Ah, great. Another enemy. Where is he at? There he is. Oh, and he has a battery. Ah, they're giving me some good enemies. Nice. Now, I hope I can get that battery because it's going to suck if I don't. Okay, my guy's hitting him. Kind of. Is he? Well, he was. See, these guys will constantly try to position themselves so that they can hit you, but you can't hit them. They know where you have your stuff. There we go. Nice. The battery got saved. Man, I am having a really good playthrough on this one. This better work because I've had it where I've gotten some really good items before in the past, and then everything falls apart and just the game is broken because of a patch or something like that. So we'll show you right here. If you look on the side of that battery, And right there, guys, I was not talking bad about the game. The game is great. We just had some bad experiences lately, so that's why I was thinking that. But you'll see right here on the side of the battery, which it looks like they've actually changed the graphics to the buttons look more three-dimensional. They actually look like they pop out a little bit, where it used to be just like a solid strip of like a computer line almost, you know, counting up. So these actually look like little buttons, which is kind of cool. I like that three-dimensional effect that they added to it. But they will slowly count up, starting with red into the yellow into the green, and all the way to the very last one when they're completely filled. And you'll see right here that if I take the battery off, put it over here, it's still fully charged. But if I take the repair bubble and put it on, it will now activate and slowly drain this battery until it's empty. So you can do that while you're getting attacked. So you don't actually have to stop like I do, take things off and put them back on. You know, you can just you can use that as a means to continue on longer. At some point you will have to recharge your batteries, but there's other ways you can do that. And again, as you play through the game, you'll find more and more ways that allow you to do that without having to stop. And so that's kind of cool as well. So I mean, there's it's just a progression that you're going to be making in this game. You know, you don't want to have to try to think too hard at the very beginning and be like, well, can I do this? And then you get kind of discouraged because you can't do it yet. I assure you guys, if you play long enough and you get enough pieces, there's pretty much nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it in this one. This game really allows so much flexibility in the way you can design your bot and what kind of bot you want. You know, you can pick whether you want like a fighting bot, if you want a Speedy Gonzales bot that goes off exploring, and you don't have to decide just between one. You get to have as many bots as you want, or as many bots as your computer is capable of handling. Of course, the more blocks you have on the screen, the more your bot has to, or not your bot, but your computer has to render. And they haven't quite refined the coding enough just yet. Like with Minecraft, it's the same thing. There's tons and tons of blocks on there. And if you eventually build enough, it will lag out your computer. Even the best of them out there will lag out eventually. But if the coding's good enough and they go in there and refine it however they do that, it seems like it takes a lot longer to get to that point. But they're still in development on this one, so they haven't got to the point where they're ready to do that. And I completely understand that. But until they do, if you're, I'm just mentioning because if you're running on a computer that, say, may not be state-of-the-art, you may run into that issue where you're just not able, oh, we got a shield generator right there, guys. You just may not be able to build these huge bots, but it is possible. If you look online, you'll see people with just huge bases and bots just enormous size. And I've done it a few times as well in the past. It does seem like lately, though, the computer just wasn't able to handle it until I upgrade to that new one. I probably will try to shy away from the incredibly large ones, but we will get there eventually and test those out. Now let's see. I put it underneath because I didn't want it rolling away. So let's grab that and put it up here. And you can see right there, it died on me. And the reason it died on me is because I have no power left. And I just need more blocks because right now half of my bot is all like batteries and solar reactors. And I'm going to have to take those off here and there. And it kind of sucks when you take those off, half your bot just, you know, snaps into pieces, and then you got to put all the wheels back on. So if you can get the pieces to add those on top of, ideally that's the best way to do it. And then shield them. You can cover them up with a block on top and a block around the sides, and they could be inside, you know, all protected. They don't even need to be able to be seen the light of day at a certain stage in the game when you get wireless chargers. They allowed you to charge the batteries from remotely, so you don't have to. You just have to be within the vicinity, but not that close. This guy's pretty big. I don't know if we're gonna be able to take him on, but we'll try. He has a lot of weapons. Holy crap! Shoot him! Shoot him! Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no! Jeez, look at that, guys. Half of my bot just exploded right there on the front. Let's go ahead and put some more of these things on. And it's actually kind of dangerous to leave the block in the middle to be the one damaged, because if it is destroyed, the other blocks are not attached. These ones here on the side are not attached to my main cab in any meaningful way. Like they're just not attached. If I had another block here right around here, it would definitely go ahead and attach to it. And then if this one right here in the center was destroyed, this one would stay on. This one would still pop off because it's not connected to anything. So remember that when you're building it, you can get away with some very, very cool designs, but it just may not be practical at the stage when you're starting to lose blocks. You know, it's going to happen, and you have to make do with what you got eventually. So let's put these things down for now, because we do want to remove these batteries anyways. Pop those on there. Yeah, you see like half my base just popped away instantly. Let's put that on there, and you can see now we're protected. We're going to go ahead and put some more of these things down, and again, the reason we're doing that is because I want to put these other blocks on top of it and maybe go up a little bit higher. Remember though that you want those pieces protected, and if they're too high, they're gonna grab aggro. The enemies will see those first. They're easier to hit. They're higher up. Some weapons arc and go off in kind of directions like that. So yeah, just keep it in mind that might not be the best scenario for you. If you cover it up, like I'm planning to do right here, then maybe you can do it safely. But still, it's rough, because if you lose one of these pieces, it may be a while before you get another one. Some of these pieces drop a lot more often than others, mainly just random luck, as I've seen in some playthroughs. Some playthroughs I get a lot of weapons, as I said before, and other ones just not so much. I mean, some playthroughs I will get, the battery right off the bat. And other ones, it takes freaking forever to get one, and it drives you nuts. But they've kind of fixed that now. You don't have to always get the stuff yourself. You can actually, buy the pieces, and money's a lot more common, and you don't have to find some of the pieces to start with. They give you the base ones off right off the bat. So if you're just unlucky, like I have been in the past, and not get one of those pieces that you really, really need just to get going, they give them to you, and that's a really nice thing to do. Now you'll see right here on my bot, I have bigger wheels, guys. They sit up a little bit higher up off the ground. You'll see right there, it's a little bit higher. If we look at the other guys, actually they kind of move up and down a little bit because they do have a little bit of spring to their step. But if I pull this off, you'll see it sinks really, really low on these two right here. And there's another enemy right there in my sights. So why my shield and why my repair bubble are up, because they're being drained right now, even though they're not really doing anything. I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy. Actually, two of them. That might be too much. That might be too much for us, but we'll try it. That guy's dead. Let's come over here and take this guy on. See if we can... there we go. That guy is dead. Now, we did get 2 blocks out of it. No, 1 block out of it. We did get a weapon. This one right here. I'm going to go ahead and put that down for now. See, where do I want to put this? Let's put it up here in the front, because I do need more room for weapons. I have a few of them that really aren't being used very well. This would also give me a space to put this one on here. And you want to keep in mind, guys, if you put the weapons on the very bottom row, when you go over some of the hills or the mountain areas, you may get stuck when you come back down, because now you have a lip of this stuff that can get caught very, very easy on some of the hills. Now, as you get bigger and bigger wheels and you get higher up off the ground, that becomes less of a thing. You don't have to worry about that too much. Trading station, find the GSO trading station, okay? Well, I'd like you point me in the right... Oh, there it is. Orange. Okay, so the orange arrow, I'm guessing, is the one we're looking for. It does seem like it is... Yeah, guys, it is out there in the flats. That, I don't know. I do not know if that's a good idea, because when you go out there, you have a chance of an invader spawning, although they have lowered the amount of times that happens. I think it takes like 30 minutes now. The crater is empty. Oh, yeah, baby. Jeez. Wow, how powerful am I? Dang, that should not have happened that quickly. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of weapons on me. Did I just get like the greatest, luckiest shot in the world and just happen to hit him exactly where he needed to be hit? Because that was nuts. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take this off. We're gonna take these batteries off as well. Just go ahead and charge those up really quickly. Let's move these things down. We'll put all that back on in a second, because we do need that radar. Radar is one of the the most wonderful things you can have on your guy. It's about to get dark, which is why it's not charging up nearly as fast. I have noticed that it does seem to slow down a little bit at sunrise or sunset, but it's still pretty fast. It's not something you're going to notice too much. I think this does have a limit to how much it can charge at one time. It did seem like when you come in here and you're using the repair bubble attached to the solar generator, if you're incredibly damaged, like 90% of your bot is damaged, and you're going in there to get healed up, it did seem to take longer. It took actually a lot longer for you to get through all your blocks being healed up. Nowadays, it seems like it's a little quicker. It's not as bad. Let's see if we click this again. Will it give us... Oh, it's over there on the other side this time, huh? Is it moving? Or did we move our... Oh, yeah, we moved. Okay. So let's go over here. I guess we're going to try it. But yeah, again, you can't get jumped out here by an invader. Invader's incredibly strong. They're built by other players and by the dev team. But yeah, you just want to watch out for that. Don't stay out here for too long. And the enemies spawn a lot more out here. It's just a dangerous area. It's something to be aware of. And this isn't always out here in this region. I've had it over there in the grassland right where I've started, which is really, really nice if that actually happens to you guys. Now, this guy would normally annihilate us, but we're having the upper hand right now because we have both a shield generator and a repair GSO license upgrade 2. Congratulations! The GSO has upgraded your license to grade 2. The following blocks can now be purchased at the GSO trading station or constructed with the GSO fabricator. It's the cab, the big wheels, the drill, one of the headlights, the what do they call it? Stud lasers, the GSO blocks 2, and then the cannons, the 3-pound cannons. So let's go ahead and close that down. And we're going to come up here and we're going to redesign our guy again because thank you, yes, they finally gave me some blocks. They finally gave me some blocks. I can't believe it. I can actually do something now. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I don't have to take things off of my bot anymore for the foreseeable future. I am going to go ahead and actually just counteract that because I do need to put these things down a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to go out a little bit back here. Not the most efficient use of my blocks, but for now I think it's gonna do. We are gonna kind of do this a little bit. Now this usually will be the style that I play with, the design that I normally go with, but we're gonna change it up here in a little while and go with something different. I'm thinking on the next episode I'm going to try to come up with I don't know, like a half crescent shaped in the back just for the fun of it, maybe make it come around like back here and do maybe like a bird of prey, or what was that, the Romulan one from Star Trek, something like that, just to it's not going to look exactly like it because well, I can't make the blocks green or anything. I hope they do that. Actually, I hope they make it where you can change the color of the blocks that you have on your bot regardless of where they came from. So I don't know, we might find that, we might get something like that in the future. Right now it's not a thing. So let's put some wheels on this sucker over here. Actually, you know what? No, that's good. I'll have it come in on this one, on the next one, and then come back out this way, and then in and out, and all the way across like that to make that circular as best as I can. But for now, I think that's going to be good. And it's going to give me a lot of space back here to store my junk, which is also a good thing. So let's go ahead and put some wheels back here. We will replace these smaller wheels. Again, you may not be thinking about it too much, and you'd be like, oh, the smaller wheels are fine. Well, the bigger wheels carry more weight, and they do push you up a little bit higher off the ground, which is, at this stage, never a bad thing. At higher stages, you can run into the problem of being too high up off the ground, just enough so that blocks, like the resources you're destroying, the trees and stuff like that, to harvest will get stuck underneath your bot and cause some issues of just drag and stuff like that. But eventually you'll get high enough that that's not even a thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up this battery before it gets destroyed. Are we killing it? I don't think we are, but he's damaging us a little bit. See, he's trying to outmaneuver you, and he will if you let him. So if you want to back up a little bit... Ah, come on. Let me zoom out. That's the problem. I was zoomed in. Jeez. Okay, let me back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay, there you go, punk. Oh, and he turned. Yeah, we might lose this one because I can't seem to get a beat on this guy. Let me see if I can keep backing up. Plus, we have been out here for a while, and I would rather back up and run away a little bit than lose everything we've been working on, because I have learned that one the hard way of just taking on more than you can chew at the moment, regretting it instantly, because it takes you a long time to get some of this stuff, especially at this early stage, and why risk it? You know, if you're just a little bit more careful, you don't really have to worry about it too much. Ah, crap. Stupid hill. Come on, let me do some damage. Let's see. Okay, what about right here? I should be able... dang it, man. These guys are a lot smarter. I gotta give them that. They have gotten so much smarter than they were before. Come on. Now, if you covered your weapons around your bot a little bit better than I have, no matter what direction he went in, you would be able to hit him. And so this little tactic that he has right here would not work. Now, he only has one weapon left anyways, so he is dead. Oh, wow. Okay. The cab, I completely forgot about that. The cab can now fire back, so it is capable of destroying you if you just kind of sit there. Now, you can see a lot of my wheels are a little bit over encumbered. I am just going to go ahead and pick this stuff up for now. I'm not going to kind of mess around too much with the design. I already have in my head the route it's going anyways, but I think that's right. Keep going out like this. I don't have any more wheels, but that's alright. We can pick up some of the other ones that have fallen over here if we can remember the path we take. I think we'll see just tons of blocks along the way, because it is just one of those things where we were fighting him for a long time. Like, he was coming after us pretty hard. And let's see, now which way did he go? I guess it was back this way, because that's where he came from. That's where the little area is, but I don't see any more blocks here, so maybe I didn't knock any off, or maybe they've already disappeared. Let's see if we can keep coming out. Oh, there's some over there on the ground. It looks like maybe they rolled down. So let's see, what does he drop over here? He dropped a couple weapons, so we'll go ahead and put those back here. We'll rearrange these later in between the episode, this one and the next one. For now, I'm just going to pick this stuff up. Let's see. Okay, we got a small wheel. Let's grab that. Oh, and another weapon. So overall, that guy was not too bad. Plus, he let us go back to the grassland. And I think once you go into the grassland, whether you're there for a minute or 10 seconds, it kind of resets that timer, so that you don't have to worry about that invader spawning. The invader's not supposed to be a bad thing. It's supposed to be something that you plan for, that you want to go out there and get, or as a nice little surprise that if you're going out and venturing out there for that long, you're probably prepared for it. And it's taken them a little while to tweak it out so that they're at to the point where it kind of is what it was meant to be. But it's taken them a while to get there, so that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and put this out right here. We're gonna go ahead and put the radar somewhere else. We're gonna charge up all the way. That way we can repair up, because I do want to pick up what's over there. But there's an enemy there, so that's going to be something we're going to have to fight before we get there, and I don't want to lose all this stuff. And I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. I think I'll be doing these episodes probably 3 a week. I'll try to do more if I can, but it's the holidays, so you know, occasionally that's just not going to work very well for the time. But we're going to check out to see what this new update has to offer. Hopefully you guys will come back and join me for the next episode, which is going to pick up right here where I left off once this is fully charged and I do a little bit of tweaking on the design. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will definitely catch you next time.